In the past few days, we've seen organizations announce that they're leaving Valorant due to circumstances regarding Valorant's new partner program. A lot of people have referred to this as franchising, but that's not entirely accurate. There is a lot to discuss here, so let's talk about exactly what this is and how it's going to shape the future of competitive Valorant. Hey guys, it's Liz, and I'm super excited to announce we are going to be co-streaming EVO August 5th, 6th, and 7th at twitch.tv/theScore esports. Your girl's flying all the way to Canada, and I am terrified of flying, but I'm actually super excited to watch the games with the guys and get to meet everyone and to hang out with you, so I hope to see you all there. All right, kiddos, class is in session. The VCT is already incredibly confusing, and these changes did not help, so let's talk about exactly what is going on here. Back in April, Riot announced changes that would be occurring within the Valorant competitive scene. In Riot's Valorant partnership announcement, they said, for 2023, we will select partner teams across our 3 international leagues who have a track record of building great esports experiences, developing players, and can meaningfully contribute to the long-term growth of Valorant esports. To make sure we attract the best teams in the world, we will forego any participation/franchising fees and instead provide financial stipends to the selected teams in return for their investment in growing the ecosystem. Teams have since applied, and according to a .esports report, over 150 teams applied for this partner program for a maximum of 8 spots in NA. Okay, so let's get something straight. This is not franchising. That's technically the wrong word for it. Franchising is essentially when an org buys a spot in a centralized league and has it until they want to sell it. So no open qualifiers, just play. The foregoing of franchising fees is in contrast when Riot franchised the LCS back in 2018. Back then, they charged League of Legends teams a buy-in fee of $10 million. If you're not seeing the difference, basically you don't have to pay for your spots in the Valorant partnership program. It's like a college application process for the US. You present all of your strengths to the admissions officer and talk about your background and hope that they pick you. To be clear, we're not sure if relegation or if demotion is possible in Valorant's partnership program. esports has already reported on teams who have made the next round of the partnership process, and those teams are Sentinels, NRG, TSM, XSET, Gen G, Version 1, and Cloud9. So far, and according to the report. On the other side of the coin, there are teams who have already had to bow out. Shopify Rebellion made an official announcement regarding their cut from the program. They said, "We're obviously disappointed. A popularity contest for a woefully small number of team slots in a partnered league was always going to leave too many on the outside looking in." Accru also made an announcement that they did not make the cut and would be temporarily leaving the Valorant scene.
What's going on, everybody? This is Daniel, the CEO of Accru. I'm gonna cut right to it. Unfortunately, we did not make it to the next step of the Valorant partnership. We really believe that Valorant is gonna be the next big esport, and hopefully we'll get the chance to re-enter the scene when it's a little bit more stable.
NYFU has also decided to pull out of Valorant completely, leaving their players LFT. Teams not making it isn't surprising, but what is worrying is that teams are deciding to leave the Valorant scene completely, and players like your boy Dre who are taking an indefinite break from the game entirely. This is all completely understandable. If your team doesn't make it into franchising, that is one thing. If you don't make the cut for the partner program, you could go to the domestic league, except you have no information about what that is going to be. It is completely understandable that you would not be comfortable with taking the financial risk that comes with committing to the Tier 2, Tier 3 scene. What I'm going to say next, I mean with all the love in my heart in the world to these teams and these players. I hope you can understand that I'm trying to walk the line of reality and sympathy. Not every team was going to be in Valorant forever. Eventually teams would have to pull out because it's just not sustainable. Even if there was no partner program, as Vince Lee put it, teams would most likely leave. Not every team was going to commit to Valorant. However, Riot promised information regarding opportunity outside of these partnered teams, but has not given any information to organizations, teams, nor players, leaving many wondering nervously about their future, which is why I believe Golden Boy is correct when he says, there needs to be communication sooner rather than later regarding what will happen to the Tier 2 community. Esports doesn't work when it's built from the top down, grassroots are key. Riot says that there still will be third-party tournaments, but that is not the format they have promised as their path to pro. That appears to be entirely separate. They've spoken about their domestic leagues, and we've seen that with VRLs across the world, but again, we do not have the information about what that will look like in NA. We've seen success with these in other regions, to be fair. EMEA has teams like Vitality and 10 Star competing competing in finals beginning July 28th, representing different regional areas. So this is where we are at. Every day we are closer and closer to finding out who these partner teams will be, and if the reports are to be believed and they are correct, pretty much your usual suspects. Emphasis on teams, not players. Once teams make it in, things could rapidly evolve and change, and it looks like a plethora of free agents will be available to organizations. To put it simply, most likely there will not be enough spots to house players we have grown to love and support. Will it succeed? Will it fail? I don't know. But there are some who wish this wasn't the case at all. Some say the steps being taken will end up gatekeeping talented teams from competing and even wish for its eventual downfall and failure. While others disagree and say that's going to be fine and egalitarian, we won't know until it's put into practice. As I was writing this and recording this, more and more teams like Dark Zero dropped out of the scene, and my gut says that after this video is posted, that trend will continue. Personally, I don't see teams leaving the scene stopping anytime soon. I hope, like Aaron says, that there is a healthy ecosystem where the scene will grow and continue to thrive, and I hope that any teams that leave will come back. But that is not a promised future. Call me pessimistic, but I will not celebrate this partner program until I see support for the teams that are chosen and real, tangible opportunities for players who grind day and night to make it to the top. Only then will I celebrate the change. Here's what I want. You know what I want? What I'm expecting from Riot? Honest to God. I want to see Valorant Players Association. If the team can have league, should and does have a players association, I want a Valorant Players Association. I think we would be making a huge mistake if there is not one in Valorant.